In this bulletin, more COVID-19 cases emerge. Soldiers test positive, Kiwi B under lockdown. And businesses affected in the jet-set town. Yanrabinaika, Fiji. Permanent Secretary for Health, Dr. James Fong, says contact tracing investigations are ongoing and the public should expect to see his teams on the ground conducting these investigations throughout Suba. The ministry says 12 patients have recovered, which means there are now 108 active cases in isolation. Results have also been received from the remaining 4,000 of the 11,000 total backlogged samples that were sent to 2 private laboratories in Melbourne, Australia for testing. There are 0 positive results reported from these samples. 92,821 COVID-19 laboratory tests have been conducted since the ministry started testing in early 2020. A total of 2,496 samples were tested yesterday. 10 positive COVID-19 cases were recorded yesterday, with 3 infections at the Queen Elizabeth Barracks in Namboa and 1 being a Navy officer who is not linked to any of the existing cases as yet. 9 are contacts of the earlier announced cases that were identified through ongoing contact tracing and screening investigations. Apart from Kiwi B, there are 3 more from Wanikoso Nesinu, which is becoming an area of major concern. The others include 1 is from Taliroa, Kinoya, and Nabusai Narere. Health Permanent Secretary Dr. James Fong says the member of Fiji Navy from Taliroa, who presented to the Nuffield Health Center in Tamabua with symptoms where he was swabbed and tested positive, is yet to be linked. He says this case was identified through the community surveillance program, which includes swabbing of people who present with symptoms to screening clinics or health centers. Dr. Fong says depending on what the investigations reveal about this case, the ministry may recommend extensions of health protection measures. Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has paid tribute to all civil servants who have been involved in the frontline duty during the current COVID-19 outbreak. Almost the entire civil service machinery has been involved in some way or form, assisting the health ministry on a daily basis. Speaking in Parliament, Bainimarama says in these challenging times, the civil servants have sacrificed a lot and deserve commendation. He goes on to say the civil servants have stepped up at a time when they have been needed the most by Fiji and her people.
Mr. Speaker, the civil service has been tremendous this past 4 weeks, maintaining community lockdowns, undertaking community screenings, distributing food rations, or just lending an ear and providing assistance to their fellow Fiji citizens during this difficult time. To all our civil servants, doing your country proud, I thank you.
The prolonged containment in Nadi is causing extreme hardship for most businesses in the jet-set town, adding to the loss of income. Nadi Chamber of Commerce President Dr. Ram Raju says the micro, small and medium enterprises are amongst the hardest hit. He adds rumors are also fueling panic buying and also supermarkets are reaping the benefits. Dr. Raju is hoping there is some consideration to ease restrictions to allow trading for other businesses in Nadi with strict COVID-19 measures. He says this will bring back trading, economic activities and money in the pockets of those in need. Some families and individuals continue to take the COVID-19 situation lightly, prompting police to erect more checkpoints around the Central Division. People are now being turned back if they are found traveling with their family, including children, to go shopping. Some have been found out on a cruise around the capital, while others are packing the family into the car for a run to the supermarket.
Yeah, it's the proven fact now that people are moving, and that's why the virus is moving. It's known, and it's already been relayed to us by the Ministry of Health. Minimize unnecessary travel that is currently undertaken within the containment zone, so that we stay in our bubbles all the time.
The Ministry of Local Government is reviewing its policies to improve financial operations and human resource systems. This was revealed by Minister Primula Kumar in Parliament after Social Democratic Liberal Party leader William Mengawoka questioned the large turnover of chief executives and the municipal council elections.
William Engavoka says municipal councils should control their affairs and efficiently run towns and cities.
Who's in charge of the Govin Park in Ba? The stadium, Honorable Speaker, is a modern stadium, but grass is up to your waist. It's not being maintained.
Opposition whip Linda Tambuya believes the municipal elections need to be brought into the system.
Municipal council elections is needed in this country. We need municipal council elections brought back. Our people have the right to vote in who leads in their councils and who runs their municipalities, Honorable Speaker.
The local government minister says the chief executive recruitment is now based on certain skill sets.
And one of the KPI is the submission of annual reports in a timely manner. So these are some of the changes that has taken place at institutional level.
Kumar says the municipal councils have been directed to look at their organization structure as most of it is outdated. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The Fiji police force has warned of a surge in cases of obtaining financial advantages by deception in the Western Division. There have been 13 cases so far this month, 10 in Lautoka, 1 in Nadi, and 2 in Singatoka. So far, 5 people have been charged and produced in court. 6 reports are from people who paid between $160 to $600 for groceries which were never delivered, while 3 paid for tires but failed to receive the goods. The reports involved victims who paid for taxi permits, with one paying about $2,000. Police are urging people to be careful when conducting transactions with others and to conduct background checks. Members of Farmer Garden Youth Club in the Wiliwu are investing in dalo, cassava, fruits and vegetable farming for sustenance. Youth leader Waisale Seru says the members have lost their job amidst the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Seru adds they usually start off the day at 7 a.m. and have made it their business to at least plant 50 yams, cassava, dalo and vegetables on the given piece of land on a daily basis.
We just started farming now. So we're looking forward to the harvesting time. Some of our harvest will go for our family use, and some we will sell to buy our bread and butter. That's what we are looking forward in our next year.
Up ahead, opportunity for 2 national matters and humility key for Nangali. Stay with us. Welcome back. 2 national natters will get a chance to compete in elite level competition in Australia through the Pacific All Sports program. Netball Fiji President Ruby Ann Sorwaki says this is part of the 3-year agreement that Australia has embarked on. She says this will be a huge stepping stone for the national natters who are looking to make their big break.
We've also been able to secure spots for 2 of our national athletes to travel to Australia and be part of the player immersion program funding. So if all goes well, we should have 2 athletes heading off to Australia to play in the Sapphire Series.
Humility is a virtue that Tevita Nangali has always practiced throughout his rugby career.
For inspiration, I draw inspiration from home, from my mom and dad. Just learning the values of hard work, of being humble, keeping your head down and just letting your success tell the story on and off the field. To always trying to help your fellow teammate.
The Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee has called on sporting federations in the country to be innovative during these times as there is uncertainty on when competitions will resume. With all competition forced to cease earlier in April, most federations like weightlifting have taken the initiative to conduct virtual training sessions. Venina Rakautonga reports.
This will not be a sight to see for a while, but the sport's governing body has encouraged continued physical activity for athletes.
Playing your sport may not be possible, but to be doing some kind of physical activity during the day, yeah? And not just staying in the house.
One federation that has taken the initiative is Weightlifting Fiji. Coach Henry Elder says the lifters are now preparing for an Oceania virtual event.
It's a competition where the home countries run their own competition. We run our own competition, we submit footage and results to the Oceania group.
If everything goes to normal by August, Weightlifting Fiji is looking at sending a team to the Oceania Weightlifting Championship in Nauru. Venina Rakotonga, FBC Sports.
Cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, mostly cloudy conditions with possible afternoon showers. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio, and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good morning.